Because God gave humans free will, he understood that sometimes they'd make choices that would go against... Okay, so you're completely ignoring what I just said. Sin can't be because God created Adam and Eve. God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him, and Adam and Eve couldn't have chosen against God. To which you say, God created Adam and Eve with free will because yeah. So you're just preaching at me after what I just said. I've debunked free will in the points that Adam and Eve couldn't... I'm not saying that they didn't have free will, I'm saying that they couldn't have... It's not a debunking of free will, it's a debunking of sin. I don't think you're understanding Veritas, or you're just being disingenuous here, which is all you Christians ever fucking do. I'm saying that God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him, while they couldn't have chose against God because they were created by him perfectly. That's what I'm saying here, and you're going on about free will, which I debunked even further after you stupidly argued or asserted, or you used the common image of God nonsense. So here you say because God gave humans free will, he understood that blah 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 blah. This is a response to... So I pointed out that Adam and Eve being created by a perfect God, only capable of good, means Adam and Eve couldn't have chosen against God, while God couldn't... I'm just repeating everything I just said in here. What part of that don't you understand, Veritas? And all you're doing here is defending free will, while I'm not even saying anything about free will. I'm saying that sin couldn't exist, and all you're doing is making excuses. You're trying to just wiggle your way out of this. I'll repeat, sin cannot be. Sin cannot be. Sin cannot be. Sin cannot be. Once more. Sin cannot be. Not free will. Sin cannot be. Because God created Adam and Eve, meaning they're perfect. God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him because he's only capable of good. Has nothing to do with free will. Has everything to do with sin, which I just tried to pound in your fucking head. Hopefully you got it this time. Free will does not equal sin, and neither does being the image of God. God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him, while they couldn't have chosen against God anyway because they were created by God. Do you understand that yet, Veritas? Do you fucking understand that yet? You can argue free will and the image of God all you fucking want. That does not mean sin can exist. Why? I'll say it again. Because God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him, and Adam and Eve couldn't have chosen against God. The 2 points that go against sin, not free will or the image of God. Is there anything else I can add to this? Okay, how does the image of God make them capable of choosing against God? Okay, so I've asked you that. And what do you say? Because God gave them humans free will. So you're just clinging to free will as if that somehow makes it... Okay, going over that again. How does the image of God make them capable of choosing... Okay, so you're just alternating between image of God and free will at this point, and that's what you're doing. So... yeah. Okay, now where is it? Come on. Fucking shit. Okay. Because God gave humans free will. Okay, how does free will mean sin can exist? How can free will exist despite God being perfect and only capable of good, while Adam and Eve couldn't have chosen against him because, well, that means that God couldn't have given them the option to choose against him, while they couldn't have chosen against God anyway because God created them perfectly. So again, because God gave humans free will, he understood that sometimes they'd make choices that would go, no, you're not addressing you're just preaching at me. You're completely ignoring what I said. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, so because God gave humans free will, he understood. Okay, now what did I ask? How does the image of God make them capable of choosing against God? Because God gave humans free will. So even if I said, how does free will make them capable of choosing against God, you would only say, because God created us in his own image. He understood that, yeah, so that's all you're doing here. So what do I need to do here? While God couldn't have given them an option to choose again. Okay. How could Adam and Eve have chosen against God if God is only capable of good, which means he couldn't have given them any such option to go choose against him? And how could Adam and Eve have chosen against him if they were created by God, being perfect? Explain that. You want to play these fucking asshole games, these disingenuous games, because you know you're wrong. Well, I mean, you're speaking from the position of Christianity, which just by default makes you wrong, because Christianity, even if the truth is wrong, so doesn't mean I'm right, just makes you wrong, just by default.